welcome to the first ever podcast from Delta Motivation. Thank you so much for listening and jumping on and clicking this button here. Yes, this is the very first podcast that I've ever done, and the reason being is that YouTube was something that I was looking into and trying to do a lot more videos there and talks, but I didn't really find that it was me. So I spent my time editing and going through the process of trying to look perfect and everything. And to me, that's not who I am. I like to talk and I like to give advice and opinions and offer help where it's needed. So I thought a podcast just might be a way for me to bring some of my own content here, because I do like to talk. I do live videos and quite often, and this kind of seemed the right path for me. So thank you so much. If you haven't done so already, like I said before, subscribe, DELTAR Motivation. If you are on my YouTube, I am filming this as well. Hi guys, thank you so much for jumping on and trying to support me as best as you can, because I really, really appreciate anyone who's gone out of their time just to, even a second, just to say hi. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Alright, so today I want to focus on what we view ourselves to be. So self-love there. So I've been on TikTok for probably about almost a year now, and in the space of 4 months I've gained over around 35,000 to 40,000 followers, and that's just because I'm posting about self-love and loving who you are and going through those changes that everyone goes through and how to cope and deal with those things. So if you are from my TikTok as well, hi guys, thank you. But today's session is definitely going to be on that self-love. So if you are listening to this could be for you. Let me know what you think after I'm done, and hopefully we can build from there. The first thing I want to talk about is how you talk about yourself. Respecting yourself is key. I guarantee you, if you start respecting yourself, others will start respecting you. The reason being is that you give others permission to degrade and to talk about you if you talk negative about yourself. You give others permission, because let me give an example here. If you come in and say, "Oh my God, I look fat, I'm not smart, I'm ugly," in a new friendship. So you've just met the person and you said, "Hi, how are you? I'm Dylan, nice to meet you," and your response is, "I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm not smart." What is that person going to do? You're going to give them two choices. They're either going to agree with what you're saying. They're going to say, "Oh, well, you're not the brightest. Oh, you are a little bit overweight," and that brings you down already. On the second thing is you put them in a really awkward position. No, you're not. No, you're fine. And that means that you're looking for their validation. You're actually asking them to do something that is not their job to do. So now when you feel down, you're going to go to the person again and say, "Oh, I'm not feeling great today. I'm looking ugly." And again, your friend or the person that you've just met is going to respond by saying, "Oh, no, you're fine. No, that doesn't make you look fat. No, you are smart. You can do this. You're really good at PE. You've got a great personality. That's what matters." And again, you're not going to take that in the best light. You're going to treat it like, "Oh, they're just saying that." So those negative comments actually doesn't bring you any positivity. It doesn't have the scenario where you say it to somebody, they agree or disagree, or you say it to yourself over and over again, and you don't believe it. If you wake up every morning and say, "Well, I'm dumb," you're going to start believing that. You're going to start thinking, "Well, I'm actually not smart. I've got nowhere to go." And that's how you get yourself in that rut, that low point in your life. So what I want you to do is stop that negative talk. Stop it. You need to be your best advocate, your best friend. That's where it needs to be. So I want you to think about this right now. If you are finding yourself approaching the situation and making fun of yourself before someone else gets a chance to, I want you to stop that right now. I want you to stop it. I want you to write down every negative thought you have throughout the day, and I want you to change it. Literally change it on paper. You write down, "I am ugly," and then I want you to cross that out and actually write something else. "I am beautiful. I have great eyes. I can smile. I am happy." change it, because the more you do that in a day-to-day setting, the better off you're going to be. You're going to start actually giving your own thoughts those positive feels, that love and support that you actually are needing. So first off, stop your negative self-talk and build that positivity. Build those really good, happy thoughts about yourself. And if you start doing that on paper, I guarantee you, before you even think of a negative thought, your mind will already be thinking, how can I change that to a positive? And when you start doing that, this is going to take time, guys. This is not something that you're going to do in a day and go, oh yeah, I've got this. But once you keep doing that, I'm guarantee you, you will automatically start going, oh, I don't need a pen and a paper anymore. I'm doing it in my head. And that's how you get yourself out. That's how you get yourself out of that situation, out of that negative cesspool and disgusting attitude and behavior that you are hating at the moment. So that's what you need to start doing. The second thing is accept compliments. We are terrible at accepting compliments. I'm pretty bad at it too. It's you need to take the time to say thank you. If someone comments on how you look or what you've done or something about you that they admire, you need to say thank you. And this is the reason. This is the reason here. There is no such thing, no such one thing as perfect or beauty. We all have our own unique view on what we perceive as beauty. I like blue eyes. Other people like brown eyes or hazel eyes or green eyes. So what I believe is beautiful is different to other people. If I mention to someone that they have beautiful eyes or a beautiful smile, they can't say no, because that's my belief. My belief is that their eyes are beautiful. They need to accept that. If we start accepting what people are seeing in us in a positive way, don't get me wrong, there are negative comments in there that we don't have to accept. But if we accept those positive comments about our smile, how we walk, how smart we are, rather than downplaying it, say thank you. Actually accept that compliment, because that means that we can bring in those positive energy. Then we can bring it into ourselves and hold it there, rather than deflecting it. For some reason, we believe that we don't deserve happiness. We don't deserve those positive and happy feelings. So we just deflect it. Oh, no, I'm not that smart. No, you're smarter than me. Or you're way prettier than I am. And we go through that and we deflect. Just say thank you. You can still give a compliment back. But actually say thank you. Accept those compliments. And you will feel great about yourself. You really need to start doing that. You stop your negative comments. Start accepting those positive, happy comments that your friends, that your family, even a random, when they smile back. Like, that is you need to accept that. They're not trying to hurt you. They're going to try and bring you up. So really think about how you're going about accepting compliments. Okay? A lot of people keep asking, where do I start? Dylan, I'm in a real bad spot. Where do I start? And look, those two right there are great places to start. Great places to start. And then they respond with, oh, but I've done those things and now what? I don't know what to love about myself. It's like, well, I don't love anything about myself, actually. That's not true. I don't believe that. I believe that we all do something better than other things. I'm not saying better than anyone else. I'm just saying, what do you do? Do you draw in your pastime? Do you read? Do you like sleep? Do you like to eat? What do you do that you actually enjoy? I believe that there is something out there. It may be school, it may be work, it may be talking to your friends. It could be something small, it could be something large. It's something. I guarantee you it's something there that you love. And that's where you start. You build off that point. That point where you are loving to read, then you read more. If you're loving to write, then you write more. You do art more, you draw more, you talk more. That's where you build. You love that about yourself. You love doing those things. You find joy and happiness. That is where you start. And yes, there are times where it's harder to start there because there's certain situations. Well, you can't be a writer when you're 10, or maybe you haven't got experience or something like that. But it doesn't mean you stop writing. It means you keep it. It means that's what your niche is. That's something that you want to build your life around, and that could be networking with people. That could be talking to people who also like to write and draw, or sharing your art online under an anonymous name or something like that. Get up and think, that's my love. I actually really love rugby or football or cricket or any sport, or like I said before, reading or sleeping. Build around there. So your conversations should be around what you love. Build it. Okay, if your friends don't know that you're a drawer, why not? Why don't they know you're an artist? Why don't they know that you love to read? Build up those points. That's where you start. Let them know about you by having those conversations. This is what I drew on the weekend. Oh, what are you up to? Rather than saying, not much. I actually read all this series over here. It's really awesome. What do you think about it? You should read it. And start building those conversations there that are actually productive and building your love, your passion. The last thing, which really ties in well, is building a network. That network doesn't have to be family or friends. It could be anybody. It could be a pet. It could be an anonymous person. You could be in this comment section of this podcast or YouTube. It could be a live situation. I do my lives on TikTok quite often, and I say to everyone that this is your outlet. If you want to come here and vent, and this is where you do it. We've got help and support here that everyone's going to come on board and actually support what you're doing here. So my lives are a great way if you want to come in and talk about emotions, talk about anything or do anything. That's where. So what I mean by building your network is having those people around you that build you up. I don't believe the whole, well, your family has to be the one to do it. No, it's not true. No one has to be the one to do it. There's no one's job out there to say, well, I've got to bring you up. It's not true. They're there to support. You need to bring yourself up, and in doing so, they support you. They don't tear you down. I'm not saying that there's friends in your life that aren't negative, or your family members that aren't negative. This is really a touchy subject here. I'm not saying cut them. I'm saying have a support network that brings you up. That's what I'm saying. Keep your family, keep your friends, but have a support network. They may be your support network that brings you up. They may be your biggest supporter, but they also might be smothering you with too much support and wanting to do it for you. It's a fine line, but you need to figure out what you're needing in a friend. And if you turn around and say, well, I need them to say this to me, then that's not okay. You can't put your opinions and your feelings on someone else, needing their validation. That's not what it is. You need to do that yourself, and they need to see that and support you. You need to get yourself up off the ground, and they're going to lend a hand to help you do that. They're not supposed to pick you up. Otherwise, the friendship and relationship that you're building there is reliant on somebody else. You can't self-love properly enough if you are relying on others to literally pick you up. It's fixing your things, fixing your stuff. It's not their job. Their job is to work on their life and you to support them, and vice versa. You work on your life and them to support you. Support network. This is what I keep saying. Support network is key. Once you've done that, you will find that the conversations that you're having are happier, positive, helpful even, just because you're doing it properly. You're around people that you support and they support you, and it's that mutual trust. It's that mutual trust, and it might be your partner. I'm lucky enough to have a fantastic partner who supports me 100%, 110%, and that in itself is enough. Your support network could be one person, could be 10 or 50. It does not matter. There is no set number, but you need to find your network. So, to sum up, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you have heard my podcast, very first one, like I said, thank you. Thank you for coming over, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it wasn't too long, but hopefully I can build off of this momentum and make more videos here that can really help people. You need to stop negative talks. Negative talks about yourself, negative comments about yourself. Start accepting compliments of others. There's no such thing as one beautiful. You need to start accepting others' compliments about yourself. Start with what you love. If there's something there that you love, that's where you start. You build your niche around what you love doing, what you love doing. And the last thing is build your network, your support network. Keep doing those things and self-love will happen. I guarantee you. It's a hard road, but these things here aren't too difficult. Aren't too difficult to do, okay? And once you start self-love, I guarantee you, your respect for yourself will improve and others' respect for you will improve. If you haven't done so already, subscribe, Delta Motivation. Thank you so much. I love you guys and hopefully see you in episode 2. Bye.